All right, all right, all right, all right. We're live again. It's my best. That's my best variation yet, I think. Some kind of weird mix of Outcast and
Peanut butter jelly time. I don't know.
Yeah, and peanut butter jelly time. That's a good one. I didn't actually have a a second thing, but you hit it. You did it. What's up, guys? We're gonna talk about anime, and yeah, it's Armin now and me. We're lonely.
The squad, yeah.
Squad. Although I think we were talking about what was it? I think Jason was saying we should get James on, which would be pretty funny.
Yeah, I just don't know what his schedule's like.
Yeah, we'll maybe hit him up. For those of you guys who don't know, we're talking about Great Fern Man, who watches anime. He proudly told me that I should not sleep to make time to watch Made in Abyss. And we'll get to that anime soon enough.
Yeah, I watched the first episode of that.
Yeah.
Talk about it. Yeah.
Maybe we should just talk about it now. Fuck.
I watched 4, so I've seen 4 episodes of it. I haven't seen all of it.
Okay.
It seems cool. Does it get better?
So I guess the whole thing, the first couple episodes are kind of like, introducing the world or whatever, and getting to know the characters, and then they kind of just go in. I'm guessing this is going to be like what it's going to be about for like a long time, as far as where it is. You know what I'm talking about, Brett? Where they it's just the 2 characters and they're like in there, and I guess they're just going to go. So
yeah, pretty much. I think Arm's on point there. It's hard for me to answer. Like, does it get better? I think it kind of stays in the same general vicinity. Also, oh my god, fucking Sir Leroy's. Is it possible to get Justin Wong on?
No,
God should be banned for that.
That's a pretty real response. Since you watched episode 1, Alan, let's get Justin Wong out of your head here. What did you think of episode 1? We're gonna talk just about episode 1.
I think the show's pretty neat. It gives off a movie vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the insert songs. Is that what they're called?
Sure. Yeah.
So it's like the little them getting back up out of the pit. They're playing the music, and I'm like, oh, this is cool. Like, this has a different feel to it, and I don't know. It's kind of dark. Like they're from an orphanage, but they're being like, I don't know, or I guess they haven't explained it fully yet, but it seems like they're doing manual labor for the orphanage. But are their parents still around? Their parents are not still around. I guess.
Pretty sure their parents are not around.
Okay, yeah, because
it's an orphanage, so
yeah, they get into the main girl's mom a little more. I don't know if you know anything about her.
No, they don't tell you anything. That's the thing. It's like they kind of like made reference to their families and how like they made a sacrifice. So I'm like, I don't know really what's going on, but I only had time to watch 1 episode.
Yeah, so they get into this thing about, so like you see how they all have the whistles on them. Like they have the different color whistles,
yep.
And it's all about like how that's like their rank as far as like cave diving or abyss diving goes. And so like red whistles like the basic apprentice, and then it goes all the way up to white whistles, which are like the legendary abyss diving heroes of the of this world.
The Daigo of divers,
basically.
All right, so they get into like what happened to white whistles and stuff like that.
Well, they mainly focus on one, which is her mom.
Okay.
I'll just tell you that now. She's like the big hero. Like they like always talking about her. She's like discovered all this stuff on her own and stuff. So
Okay.
that's where her like fixation comes from, because
Oh, she wants to be like mom.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically.
So, I mean, now that you guys watch more than me, what do you think about it? Is it something to watch every week, or what?
Well, Brett's farther than me. Where I'm at right now, it's kind of like at like a, I'm not really sure like point, because like they started going in, right, like into the actual abyss, and like you're just getting introduced to the different layers and stuff, and like they have all these stories about the deeper abyss layers that people like don't go to very often, and then there's like some that are like nobody comes back from, stuff like that. So I mean, I'm guessing they're gonna get to that stuff eventually. So I don't know. I'll watch it, I guess.
Yeah, I have pretty mixed feelings about this series, but I don't think it should hinder other people from enjoying it. I would say honestly that if you liked episode 1, that you will probably like the series. Because it's not to say that it is not to say that it doesn't really pick up, but that I think the first episode showcases what the series' strong points are. Which, if I had to summarize them because I'm caught up, right? So I would say, like, yeah, it definitely. I mean, it has an overarching plot, and that does progress. But I think the focus and the appeal of the show is still very similar to episode 1 of that. Yeah, it's pretty atmospheric. Alan mentioned kind of the movie feel, which is pretty accurate moving forward too. Like, tonally, it's pretty like serious. It's kind of cinematic in a way. They don't do too much like exposition. It does a lot of kind of visual storytelling. It's kind of enigmatic. So I think that enigmatic's probably another good one to describe it, because there's definitely like a lot you don't know, like a ton of stuff you don't know. They don't really try very hard to like hold your hand and explain them. Even in like later episodes, like even like where Arm got to, it's already pretty apparent that they like kind of name drop random shit, and you don't actually really even know.
Okay, yeah,
like they just mention shit.
It's about like the exploration kind of thing, and like seeing all these like they point out a bunch of things that like you were probably gonna see later, but it's like they don't really talk about it too much. So it's just like, all right, well, later when that thing pops up, okay.
Yeah. Like it's definitely unique in the aspect that it focuses a lot on like exploration of this universe with like a kind of like a heavy tone, and like real emphasis on kind of this setting to kind of like carry it. Like we generally see other series that involve a lot of like maybe world building or setting exploration, but it's usually not framed in this kind of like heavy atmosphere.
They're always saying like ominous things, like, oh, they were meant, the abyss has hope and despair and stuff like that.
Yeah, this series is fucked up, honestly. Like, I mean, like it's pretty clear almost immediately that if you go down that hole, you're gonna die. Like, I mean,
yeah.
The first fucking episode shows that giant fucking thing that was basically gonna kill them. Like, the only reason why they didn't just fucking die straight up is because Mega Man showed up and blasted
it.
Mega Man.
He's hella Mega
Man. Iron Man beams.
I hella call that guy Rega Man because
nice.
Yeah, he's a fighting robot. Yeah. So
Extendo arms are some shit though, man. He's got like 200 feet of extendo arms.
Yeah, that's just pretty
coiled up in his
broken.
body.
I'm like, man, if he was not around, if he was
Pretty
not
hard.
around, she would fucking die like instantly. Cause like, you know, like this is like not really spoiler, but it's like, you know, she goes down the pit, right? Like she goes down the abyss in later episodes, and like they never really show her descending downwards, even though you gotta go down. It's usually just like, you know, Regu just kind of using his arm to like scale down. So I'm just like, man, like, how is she gonna do anything? Like, I mean, they kind of do some spelunking shit with the rope in episode 1, and then they haven't done that yet, going up to like episode 7 or whatever.
Yeah, they show the one black whistle guy like being super fast with a rope once, but like other than that, it's like,
yeah, that was sick.
how does everyone else get around? Yeah.
How does everybody else get around? Yeah. That guy's godlike. Then
I like Cruz's comment, which is the whole time watching Made in Abyss, I wanted to play it versus watch it, and I totally agree.
Yeah,
like you'll see in
Interesting.
later episodes, it's very video gamey. Like, not only do they explain how the Abyss itself is basically like various game levels, but just like I guess the way the story is told, it very much reminds me of like what would make a really good video game. Yeah, so I don't know. I guess people tuning in, you know, let us know what you think of the series too as we continue forward with the weeks. I'm caught up. I would say that I think the most recent episode is like the best episode. So I do think it does sort of pick up in a sense. I don't know how like it's gonna go from here because kind of like the last episode weekly was kind of a pretty big turning point. So we'll see if it like picks up speed from here or will it slow down. I think it can go either way. I'm also very tempted to just start reading the manga because I did like look at a chapter and was really like, wow, it looks exactly like the fucking anime. Like the adaptation seems really, really faithful, and they go through it really slowly. Like they do, it looks like they do like 2 chapters in an episode, maybe. Though these chapters are like fucking huge, so I don't know if that really means anything. It might be monthly, I don't remember. But anyways, yeah, I don't know. I would definitely say that yeah, it's unique, very, very unique. I'm still personally trying to like find the anime that I think is closest to it. Like it's hard to find very many series that are like exactly the same kind of ticks as this series. The closest thing I can think of is Shinsekai Yori, actually.
I didn't see it.
I think you watched the right arm.
No, I didn't see it.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Okay, no one has watched the series here other than me, but that's the only thing I can think of. Like maybe like Kino no Tabi, maybe. But like I guess like the nice thing about this series is that it is a giant fucking hole. So like you know, it sounds stupid, but like I mean,
yeah,
like it's like One Piece in that like you know what the end goal is. She wants to get to the bottom of the hole, and you know she's probably gonna get there unless like there's some twist. But like you know it's just like Luffy is gonna go find the Grand Line and then get the One Piece, right? Like at some point. So there is definitely that anchor that we know, well, no matter what's going on when I'm watching it, like at least they're going down. So
when they described the different levels, like you guys going into like the 4th and the 5th levels, I was like, what? What?
Yeah, like
these are like mad weird.
The only thing that's stopping me from really getting immersed in this series is just how stupid I think like everyone is in the show. Like I get that it's dark, but it just seems stupid to me to want to go down in this hole that you will definitely die in.
Yeah, just because of a letter you get. Like,
yeah, I mean, like they explicitly stated in like episode 2 that like beyond a certain point, you literally will die.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. They're like
So
the curse
to
will kill
go
you.
deeper, is it just like a fame thing then? Like,
Like,
if you
so
do you bring back
they
more like artifacts that are worth more money?
yeah, like they basically explain that like so when you rise, it's like when you're scuba diving, sorta.
Yeah.
Oh, you have
get,
to
you get the bends.
compress. Yeah.
Except unlike scuba diving, I don't think you can actually like stop it from happening really. I think like they give her
Yeah.
some medicine to help her with some of that shit, but basically like once you go beyond a certain point, you're literally like guaranteed to die if you try and go back up.
Yeah. That's definitely what they made it seem like.
Yeah. So like I think you can go deeper, which is the assumption is like you can go deeper, but you will never come back
Oh.
beyond a certain point.
Cool.
And
Except
even where
for-
I am, they still haven't really explained a bunch of this shit basically.
Except for Robot Boy. He's
Yeah,
immune.
but it's just seems super stupid to me. Like, why would you want to fucking do this? Like, Jesus fucking Christ.
It's the intrigue of the entire city being built around this place.
Yeah, I don't even understand why you'd want to build a city like literally next to it. Like, can't you?
On it, yeah.
Yeah, does it
Well,
have
I
to
mean,
be?
it is an island. There is no other place to like really do it.
I mean, but it's like there's a giant like mountain range. Like, couldn't they be on like the other side? I mean, like, I don't know.
Seems kind of dangerous when they don't know like half the shit in there,
Yeah,
and they've like floating monsters that fly around.
yeah. I don't know. Yeah. Well, those are some of those answers that like, or some of those questions you think about even in the first episode, and they don't really answer them fully yet. So they kind of bait you with like, what the fuck is going on? Kind of curiosity in the series. I think that's definitely a big part of the appeal.
Okay.
But yeah, I would say it's no worse than the other stuff this season. But it has my stamp of we shall see, I suppose.
It's only 13 episodes, so
Yeah, that honestly, I hate like using that as like a measurement, but it's true. Like honestly, I'm on episode 7. I'm just looking at the series like 13 episodes. Like, what do you plan on achieving in another 5 episodes? But whatever. I mean, at this point, I guess I'm gonna watch the rest of it or read it because it's almost done. But I don't know. Anyways, we talked about that for like fucking 25 minutes already. Let's talk about something else. Yeah. What else is there to talk about? We got a bunch of shit on our plates.
So let's talk ballroom.
Ballroom. Remind me what happened in Ballroom.
Their competitors tripped on her
not her pads.
on her pads.
Oh,
That part
fuck.
was super cheesy. Oh my god, that was like,
That was-
oh,
yeah. I was like,
please.
man.
At
we're
least
really
they got
gonna
rid
do
of it.
something like that. Yeah.
At least they got rid of the pads and didn't bring that shit back up again.
I cringed hella hard. It was
I did
great.
too. Trust me, it was mad cheesy.
Dude, at least I got the other half.
Yeah.
Well-
Goddamn. Team.
Yeah, they only did like the preliminary rounds of the Tempeh Cup.
Yeah.
hmm They got into the semifinals
Yeah, of course.
through part luck, part manliness. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Dude,
I'm still unsure how they're really doing it, but they're doing it. Like,
I mean, they have an amazing coach.
I guess so. Like, but do you really feel like when you watch him do shit, you're like, damn it, like Sengoku's godlike at teaching this guy. Like,
Well, I mean, if
no.
so, they're at a competition that is not like something they had to qualify for. It looks like you just sign up, right?
Yeah.
So they're not against like a ton of pros. So I'm assuming it's like going to your local tournament and I don't know, it's the first year of Street Fighter 2 Turbo and you have this guy who's really good, and he just like, okay, when they jump at you, DP. When they walk at you, push this button. If do this option select, and that's what they're doing. So it's like he just gave them like basic stuff to do, and they're doing it. That's the way I look at it.
Okay.
Because it seems like they're graded on the basics a lot too. So as long as they do basic stuff well, they're going to get scored well.
Yeah, and they're also graded against the other people in the heat, so it's not like they have to be the best dancers ever. They just have to beat the best dancers.
They have to beat, some of them. So I'm just assuming like not everybody there is great, and they have a really good coach. So I think it's like pretty even playing field. I don't think they have what it takes to win. I hope they don't win. That would be kind of lame.
Definitely don't think they're going to win.
Yeah, but I think they're still going to do okay, which is what's happening so far.
It's pretty fair. Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, Gaju is like a super dickhead. God damn it. He's like actually such a dick. Like I don't know if he was supposed to be made to be this like disliked, but like man, like every time he talks, I'm just like, he really just has to be a dick, huh?
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of like Bakugo in that they just try so hard to make this person like super fucking like dickish, like beyond reason, and you're just like, okay then. Like, you keep that up, I guess.
He's just really mean for like why a lot of the time.
Yeah. Well, that's
Main girl got mad. That was pretty hype. Don't underestimate me.
Yeah, man. That's good.
That was good. Yeah.
I like that. That was great.
You like that?
Yeah. That was good. Haru getting tight at her brother, that was real good. And that whole exchange at the end was just good.
Hyodo's mom? You about the Hyodo
mom? Oh yeah, Hyodo's mom.
Hyodo's mom is pretty godlike.
I guess we'll be seeing more of her next episode. Like we know she's a god. That kind of explains stuff.
I'm glad Hyodo's there because Hyodo's cool.
Yeah, Hyodo's cool. But now, what's he gonna say next episode? Because he's not dancing, with what's her face, and douchebag is.
He's probably gonna shit on Gaju.
You think?
Yeah, I think he's probably like the only one who would like have the right to. We'll see. I could be wrong.
Well, we'll see. It's a great show. If you're not watching it, you should be watching it. Fucking nerds. Yeah, they're not doing ranked yet.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know how this arc is gonna conclude. It's pretty random.
It's kind of hard to read the show. Like, you know, it's like, oh, what are they gonna do with this character? And then all of a sudden, like, 2 new characters just show up, and it's like, oh, okay, we're going this way now. So
yeah.
I don't know. I still feel like at some point MC and Hanaoka are gonna pair up at least for something.
Oh yeah, they have to.
Right? Well,
yeah,
it's got to happen at some point.
Yeah, although I like the little sister character now. I'm rooting for her.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. That's why it's hard to read because it's like we don't dislike her at all. No one dislikes her.
That's why I'm saying this is like Haikyuu. Like, there's not a single character that like you hate.
Well, they're trying pretty hard with Gaju. I don't want to hate him, but they're definitely trying.
They try, but I don't know. What?
It's okay, you know, he just wants to be the best, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's just like in typical FGC top player. Probably an asshole, but you know.
Thirsting over the gamer girl.
Yeah.
Thirsting over the gamer girl.
Okay, well that's not the typical top player. Or maybe it is, I guess, depending on the game. I guess that's like Street Fighter players.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Yeah. I guess you're not wrong about that. Also, what is going on? There you go.
We got to see next episode. That's going to be the the one where everything, I guess, concludes in this arc.
Yeah, you think it would be done for this competition at least?
Yeah, I mean, how many episodes is this again? 24.
Yeah, I think it is.
All right, so
Sure.
we got some time, I guess. We can have a real plot, maybe. I don't know. I'm just gonna wait for the next episode. See who actually comes out on top here. And I'm out of comments for this week. Just more of like, oh yeah, sister is maybe best girl now, and various other things of that sort.
Mhm.
I don't know what else is there. Then we got their ballroom. Are we caught up on Gamer?
Well, 6 is all that's out. Since
Yeah,
7 comes out.
I
on,
don't
like,
think
tomorrow.
anything has changed.
But we didn't talk about 6 because.
Oh yeah,
none of us hadn't watched it.
Yeah, we hadn't watched it. So
it's like 6. I talked about 6 a lot last week, but it like, the show has gone from being about gamers to just being like misunderstandings the show, and
Yeah.
6 like they just like hard kicked it into like overdrive with the misunderstanding, and they just like went full on ham, and it's like,
Yeah.
all right,
it's great.
it was pretty great. Like if they were gonna go with this route, then 6 was a pretty great episode to have. So, with the ending being hilarious.
Yeah, like I don't know. I think someone out there just basically has like a misunderstanding fetish or something.
I agree.
Because
it's annoying, but let's just go what we got.
It was kind of hilarious, but also kind of cringy because I don't know, man. They were like going full Death Note with the misunderstandings, like.
Yeah, everyone in their heads.
To
just
be
coming up
fair,
with
I
their
guess I haven't seen a misunderstanding this stupidly complicated in a while. Like, so I guess they're breaking new ground. You could say, like, you could maybe say that.
They're breaking new ground in terms of understanding.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. This just I think I had said if this shit doesn't get resolved this episode, I will flip the fuck out, and it didn't get resolved, and
if anything, it's gonna get even better.
It's definitely getting more ridiculous next episode. But at least they were forced. At least something was forced to happen at the end.
yeah.
Yes.
The plot did move forward, so thank fucking God for that, I guess.
All the other girls can hold that.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Maybe like we can have nice things. Maybe we can actually learn about this Alpha player.
No, this series got extra far away from her.
Yeah. One day, man. One day. Dude, the arc system bait is like real. Like, I mean,
the Eunice poster.
Yeah, they have both Eunice and UEL. They have BBCF. They have just straight up GGX cabs.
They played Persona. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
then
like,
all of a sudden, where did that go the past couple episodes?
I don't mind that the series is not just like focused on the games, but at this point, I'm just like, did Arc System Works just like kind of like sign a contract and was like, yeah, you can have our games, like, and we're getting like 3 episodes of anime commercials. I'm like, and then nothing. I'm so confused.
The show is called Gamers, and it has nothing to do with gaming for the past couple episodes.
Yeah,
that's
actually
what brings them
crazy.
all together.
Yeah, it is, but it's like
I still like the Grand Blue Fantasy knockoff, personally.
oh yeah,
that's
like the
fine.
Grand Blue, it's great.
They still haven't addressed that, by the way.
Yeah,
The two
you're right.
characters.
They fucking
They're
haven't.
still leaving that out in the open.
I mean, they still also haven't. He doesn't know that she's the fucking stupid game maker either.
Yeah.
That one's like gonna trigger me because this guy's basically like, oh man, like Yoko Taro's the best. Like, and I'm just waiting for him to find out she's Yoko Taro. Basically, I'm just like, yeah, I don't know. it's just chaos right now. It's definitely the best shit show of the season. Like, but I'm gonna keep watching it, I guess.
I just want to see what happens 7. Like, I feel like 7 could either be like really entertaining, or they could just like take everything that they did in the past couple episodes and just make it worse.
Maybe we'll play a game on their date, Kappa.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, they already basically did a date already where they played games, played fucking metal games.
Like, that was a date, and he was like, "What?"
So do you think like she's gonna say yes, and he's gonna say I didn't mean it, and look like a complete fucking idiot?
If they do that, I'm just gonna like flip my table, dude. Like, god damn it! No, they better like actually start dating, and everyone else just has to hold that. And Nintendo is like super ham, like that's what I want to see.
I agree. I'm gonna be pretty sad if like they Control Z this. Yeah. Since this is the most decent like development we've had in fucking
whole show.
Yeah, whole show. Yeah, whole show.
Literally the whole show. Yeah,
whole show.
Oh no, I think it was pretty great when they started getting along, and then they dropped the "Don't you wish like the girls were just cuter" line, and then they're just at each other's throats. Like, that's fucking great.
Oh yeah. When they're talking about game development.
Yeah, they're still just like, yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah, they're just like, I hope you burn in hell.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much, they are straight up just like, fuck you.
You know, next episode they're gonna reveal probably that she's like, both his Mobage friend and his game design, like,
you think
idol, and then he's gonna be like, oh my god,
conflicted.
Yeah. He's gonna fall back, and he's gonna fall back and start having mixed feelings.
Fuck.
I definitely think that's gonna happen.
See that happening though. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Well,
the relationship between Seaweed Head and what's his name, Tasku, like that does not feel like it should have. That one got way out of hand for no reason. Is all I'm saying. Like, what? How did that misunderstanding even come about? Like, please.
Yeah, that was whack.
That was whack for sure. It was whack.
Yeah. I don't know. Show is whack, but it just kind of turned into something else, and I guess we're just gonna have our weird like thing. We're gonna eat our meal still. It's not what we ordered, but oh well.
Yeah, we're just here for the ride. It's probably gonna be bad by the end. I've already accepted that.
Yeah, we're at the acceptance phase now.
Whatever.
All right.
So what? You ordered like I don't know, waffles at Denny's, and they brought out like French toast instead, and you're like, well,
dude, it's not even waffles and French toast. It's like you ordered a sandwich and they gave you pancakes.
and then they're like, all right, here's your pancake, sir.
And they just walk away real fast. And there's nothing like you're hungry. You can correct the situation, so you just hold it.
Please.
All right. Lull. Fate.
Did you catch up on Fate?
I am caught up.
I'm caught up too. Up to 7, right? Was it 7 or 8?
8?
Did I watch 8?
The last one I watched is like they're having this giant fucking battle.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
You learned about Achilles and the Pegasus.
Achilles' weakness. Who would have guessed that Achilles' weakness would be his downfall? Who would have guessed?
I like how I just wrote Achilles in accident. I like how like we needed a stupid flashback so that we would know like what Achilles' weakness is.
Some people like I'm gonna be straight up honest. Some people might not know.
No, fuck you.
Honestly,
No, absolutely fuck you.
Like,
I mean, I bet there are people out there that don't know like what Superman's weakness is.
No, fuck you.
kryptonite. I mean, the magic thing
Like-
is kind of whatever, but kryptonite, really? You think so?
I bet, dude. I do not have faith in humanity to know like any of these like life beings.
Those people can all fuck off.
Yeah. What are they doing? Like watching Apocrypha then, if they don't understand like at least some kind of history.
I mean, that one I think you should know, but there are other ones where you're just like, I don't know who the fuck this person is or what they did in the past.
Yeah, I mean, okay, like, I mean, you're right? Like, I'm not gonna fucking blame them, but I'm still gonna complain.
That's true that Achilles heel is a term everyone uses, but they still might not know
Oops.
what that means. I'm telling you. Every single time I hang out with people from the fighting game scene, I'm more and more impressed of what they don't know. Or weird things that they do, like order. What did Hotashi do? Oh yeah, he ordered a cheeseburger and told him, hold the cheese. Like shit like that.
Yeah, I know.
Wait,
You
what?
know? Yes.
Yeah, he gets cheeseburgers with no cheese.
So why not just get a burger, right, Brett? Yeah, exactly. Sick, man.
Is there an answer to my question, or do I not get to know?
What do you?
Do I get to know why he doesn't order a hamburger?
I don't know.
I think it's that on the menu it's usually like default to having cheese. So he'll be like, I want this hamburger, and then it's like no cheese on it. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't have an answer for you, honestly.
Okay. I've learned today, I guess. I don't know what I learned, but I guess I learned something.
Microwave cereal. Yeah, people do that. That's fucking
It
ridiculous.
has to be Beneath Classic.
Or, eat their boba with forks.
We don't talk about that. Those blobs in your tea.
Blob tea.
Blob tea.
Yeah, that the big hit recently with the Oriental people
Jesus,
in
man.
America.
I really want to go out and order blob tea just to
Dude.
see the looks I get next time.
Dude, blob tea is fucking hype. Anyways, back on topic.
Dude,
like
the
this-
Lancers in Apocrypha are
Are
tight.
OD.
Like, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Their
both of them
OD
are
is- they're so
fucking
godlike.
sick.
Yeah, Vlad is like pretty fucking broken. I'm just like,
Well, they
Karna
made-
too. Karna's so lit. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
So wait, Karna's from what? What is he?
he's something. He's like
He's-
child of the sun god or some shit.
He's the child of the sun god, and I'm trying to remember which mythology it was.
Hold up,
feel like
it's
they can-
time for Type Moon Wiki to save the day. He is the invulnerable
Hindu.
hero of the Indian epic Mahabharata. He is portrayed as two different distinct characters in the Nasuverse. Wait, what? Launcher, an enemy servant in Fate Extra, and Lancer of Red, one servant
Oh.
of the Fate Apocrypha.
Okay, so they use him twice.
Yeah, he's Hindu. Okay,
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
he's-
sick.
he's actually sick.
He's
as fuck.
fucking sick. And and then Vlad, they level him up, so they're like, "Dan, this guy was godlike," and then they're like, "Oh yeah, and we're fighting on his territory."
Yeah, he's
Oh,
a home
that's
turf.
great.
Home turf
Yeah.
advantage.
Like, great man.
Sorry, I was
Yeah.
just reading the wiki. Yeah, no, Karn's cool. Vlad's pretty dope as fuck too.
They definitely seem like the strongest ones in this in this series at least.
Yeah. I am hoping that Kotomine Shiro actually does dope shit with his random ass katana, but
Dude,
we'll
I
see.
think he's gonna body Frankenstein. I think he's just straight up gonna body her.
You think he's like nice as fuck?
Yes, dude. Of course I do.
I mean, you're
He
right.
just like it's the perfect setting for him. Like, so we already know what Frankenstein does, and we know nothing about Konomine Shiro. So they send him out. He just goes out into the servant battlefield, and then he meets the first person he meets. He's like, all right, let's go.
Yeah.
That's definitely a body. That's
got
definitely
something.
set up for a body montage.
It's gonna be tight.
I think
Or
it's definitely
Frankenstein.
happening.
though.
Yeah, poor Frankenstein. But I feel like some servants are about to die. In like the next like 2 episodes, we're gonna lose like 2 or 3 servants. So that's my assumption at least.
Yeah, I
Probably
actually
gonna be-
I like Frankenstein a lot, but rip.
Yeah.
She's a good girl. She did nothing wrong.
She's
She's
a good,
basically
yeah,
a dog.
exactly.
I mean, she might not necessarily die. She might just get like hard bodied and then like sent back or something, saved, command spell retreat or something.
Oh, you're right about that. There's
They
still
could
hope.
definitely do that, but I still think. I mean, they showed Achilles flashback, which was immediately like I was like, oh. As soon as you see Achilles flashback, like in this type of series, I'm like, is this how it ends for you, dude?
Yeah, it's. I don't know. I just want to know, like, how is he gonna get hit in the heel? Is he gonna get shot? Like, literally, it's just gonna be like, bang, get fucked.
That'd be so lame.
If he's just fighting, one shot in the heel, and dead.
Ah! Yeah, he's just gonna be like, yeah, help! I have fallen and can't get up. Like, yeah. Also, someone was mentioning that we still got our boy Spartacus, and yeah,
He's back. He's back in action.
fucking Spartacus, dude.
And
I
he's
cannot
just gonna
take
be
that
the eternal
character.
jobber.
I cannot take that character seriously because of the fucking game, dude. Like, he's so fucking silly. Oh my god. Well, that being said, I guess there's not much else for us to do other than wait. Because
Yeah. There's definitely a number of servants that are like aren't protected by plot armor. So any number of them could get chopped.
Yeah, we definitely need to make our own stupid like diagram of servants and have the dumb notes because yeah, it's just like yeah, these guys probably not gonna die. These guys like unprotected, like
I think like Semiramis, Mordred, Karna, and Vlad are probably like chilling for now.
yeah.
But like if we're looking at like Astolfo, Frankenstein, Achilles, like in Atalanta, I feel like any of them could just get dunked. Like
yeah, I'm ready for Kairon also to just like fucking die.
Oh yeah, him too.
Yeah. Or all of them, who fucking there's too many servants. They're probably just like, you know what? It'd be easier on us animators if we just, get these guys out of the way. Let's fucking do it. We'll see. Yeah.
Shakespeare not dying. I'd bet that one. Shakespeare's chilling.
What a fucking hero.
Dude, Shakespeare's a fucking lord.
He is a lord for sure.
Yeah, Shakespeare is actually the fucking best. He's the only character that I think we know is safe.
Yeah, I think Semiramis is super safe. I would have to see something to get proven wrong on that one.
I agree. Yeah. I don't know. I want to see Kotomi dunk some people next episode. That's about it.
Yeah, we get to see what he does.
I just want Sig to disappear, by the way. Like, that character is just a waste of my time.
You know he's not. He's going to do the opposite of disappear. He's going to become
I know. That's why it's so aggravating. So unlikable.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is someone out there like read the shit that can tell us that like he's more interesting in the books? Because like it's just like God damn it, I don't remember the last time I've seen like a main character like shoved in your fucking face so hard. Like
that's a James question since he's read all of Apocrypha.
This shit is he is so insufferable. Like yeah,
he just like randomly decides he wants to save Mongulus for no reason. It's like all right.
Yeah, it's like sure. Yeah, man, you do that. Get hype. All right, let's talk about some other shit because fucking this series. Oh wait, the last thing I want to fucking mention is just like every fucking episode I watch of this shit now, more and more I'm just like, damn, this must really suck if this is your first Fate thing to watch.
Yeah, this is total chaos right now.
Anyways, okay.
Oh, John's another one that definitely has plot armor. I think we all know that one though.
Oh yeah.
She's not dying. She's not
Like,
going anywhere.
They didn't barely even explain this, but why she is even like why she even needs to fucking
Exist. Why a ruler is a thing.
Yeah, like well why is she like fucking rushing to like meet Kotomine because she had some whack ass like vision? I'm just like, oh okay. And then like says
Apparently
some
he gets
really
them too.
Say what?
He was like, yeah, she gets visions, and like he mentioned something about him getting visions.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like,
He says some really enigmatic shit about how it's like we get visions and the way we interpret these visions is something, something, something. And I'm just
yeah,
like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
She's a judge, but now she's also in the action. I don't fucking know. Kakiguri?
Okay. I'm down with
Yeah?
that.
Yes, no on this episode. Is it a 1 out of 1 or a 0 out of 1?
This show is some shit. This show's absolutely ridiculous.
I feel like I was kind of disappointed in that they didn't show very much about the president. I mean, they showed the backstory between the eye patch girl and the president, which is okay. But they still haven't shown anything about what the president actually does. You know? They're just like totally keeping that under wraps right now, and that's like frustrating. I want to just know why she's so nice.
Yeah, I mean, is there even a satisfying answer in that regard? I mean,
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't
like, is there an answer that you would be satisfied with hearing to begin with? Because it's like,
I mean, if she's just like a genius that like has the hard reads on deck or something, like, all right, fine. But like, I just want to know. There's gonna be an answer, you know. Like, it's not just gonna just be like, oh, she's nice because she's nice.
Yeah, because it's just like, I mean, if you look at what's her name, Yumeko right now, like she's fucking nice as fuck, and they don't really give us really a reason. They're just like, she's basically just like a super genius, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, but the reasoning is kind of like they don't give a reason, but they show it. So that's like, if they would have done that for the president, I would have been fine. You know what I mean? Like, if they would just show her being nice in like a way that I can like not necessarily understand, but just see it, then it's like, okay.
Okay.
That's all I want right now, which is definitely gonna happen. Like,
that's pretty fair. I think we will get that.
Yeah.
I feel like we're gonna get that just because. Yeah, they're bound to throw us to the bone at somehow. But the question is like how long it's going to take to actually get there.
She's gonna have to go through everybody before we get there.
Oh, that's the worst outcome.
I can put money on it.
Yeah, dude.
No.
I mean, she's only on like the fourth Aranka right now. Cut her some slack.
Yeah. Who's next? Is gonna be? Oh, I saw the next episode preview. Yeah, it was like some other student council chick. I don't remember.
Yeah, is it the video game one? There's
No, it wasn't a video game one. It was like this like reddish pink hair girl. I don't remember where we've seen her, but it also talked about the rich one. She like showed up again. I guess it's like both of them. I don't know.
the rich one. Oh,
You know, the one who bought her way in.
oh, that girl.
I don't think it's like her directly, but I think she's like in the episode too.
I see. I just assume when they lose that they just basically are fucking dead in this anime.
They disappear forever.
Yeah. We'll see.
She beat Eye Patch Girl, who was basically just rigging the game to lose.
Yeah, that was pretty
opposite cheating.
Pretty anticlimactic resolution. But okay.
I don't know that. I don't know what we were gonna get at it, like what you were expecting. Though.
I wanted
When
her
you
to
actually
fucking
said,
shoot
like,
her.
somebody wanted to die. Jesus Christ!
Yeah,
dude.
I want someone to fucking die. Is that so different? Is that am I not allowed to want that?
I mean, they present this character as like, you know,
absolutely
when she
insane,
plays, yeah, like when she plays, like someone dies. Like that's the way it like seems like when they present this character. Like you play her game and you either win or you die.
Dude, can I add animated GIFs on these slideshows for the stream? Apologies for anybody watching this stream. Like, I'm trying
Are
some
you
new
just fucking
tack
around
with
with everything?
I'm trying this new tack to make my life easier in the future, but it is
Oh, okay.
it's making my life a little harder in the now. Oh yeah, we got these animated. Okay, so I gotta start finding like animated GIFs of fucking of each anime to just play in the background and be like super fucking fancy. This is actually really awful though. I'm gonna like turn this off.
Yeah,
'cause it's-
Yumiko's rant was pretty godlike.
Yeah, where she just dunks on the girls. Like
Yup,
you didn't
she actually
want
dunks
to
on
fight
her.
me.
Yup, yeah.
Yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it.
You need to get the gif of the splash of water under the table. That's
That's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, I was actually a little disappointed that she did masturbate in this episode. It's definitely like the highlight for me of that character. But oh well. There's always a next time.
Like, you have to dominate me. Only you.
Yeah, I mean she did say a lot of shit about wanting to like get fucked, which I guess is okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was really hoping that the liquid was coming from somewhere else, but you know, that also doesn't really make any sense anyways.
Right.
But hey, I'm allowed. Yeah. What do you guys think overall about the developments in the last couple episodes having shifted from like the first couple episodes of like main character Bob's person who thinks that they are unbeatable ×3?
Mm-hmm.
How do you guys feel about like the way that this anime has basically been kind of going since then?
Well, I think it's good because the beginning was like pretty predictable. Like she bought the first one, we're like, oh, okay. And then we see the second episode, like, oh, okay, so it's just she's gonna climb the ranks, you know, work her way up through the student council and stuff.
And she gets bopped, and she has to go back down, and she bops everybody down there, and then.
Well, because I think that's like the point of the show is that like when you gamble, like it's not just like you're just gonna win every time because you're nice, you know, like you're supposed to lose because it's gambling, right? Like at least that's what I get from it.
What I get from it is that if you are sexually dysfunctional, you should try Russian roulette. That's the only thing I've learned so far.
Oh my god.
I also learned that if you want to cheat, you should have a fucking contractor so that you can fucking literally drill holes underneath where the other person's fucking gambling.
Yeah. Build cheats into your building.
That is the wildest fucking shit. I was like, okay, this is actually pretty good.
Well, I mean, they built cheats into the building with Kaiji, didn't they? Was it Kaiji? With the what the hell is that shit called? The ball machine.
Oh, I mean, that's even better. They literally shifted the fucking building.
Yeah, the building. Yeah. Like it's the same shit.
That was actually like that's the best thing ever. But you have to remember the best thing about that is that they planned that shit for like months. Like that's some Ocean's 11 shit. Like they hella had to like yeah, dude. That's why it's so sick. They need to fake like reason to get those people even like in that building, so they had to like basically create like a fake company just to send those guys into the building under some like guise of an inspection, and then you know have all this really complicated system to be able to like you know get that shit. That like that's what was hype about that took so much planning, but that's also like actually like realistic and got like this was a kind of a different wild shit where it's like BT dubs fucking have this magnet while this fucking cup is closed. But yeah, it is true. I would not have really thought about that. But yeah, it's that's the kind of shit that gives me my giggles. Anyways, yeah, Kakegurui still enjoyable is my verdict.
So it's definitely entertaining, for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like nothing this season's like amazing, but there's plenty of stuff that is just like kind of enjoyable junk food. This is definitely one of them.
Yeah, I can feel that.
Is there anything else? You want to fucking tell us how disappointing Recreators is, Alan?
Oh God. So you guys stopped watching before they added the H game character, right?
Yeah, but that sounds godlike. Tell me about
So
that.
they added an H game, like, you know, like there were random spawns of like new characters, and they're like on their side, right?
I didn't get that far either.
Yeah,
but...
we definitely didn't get to where they were just random spawns.
Yeah, so it's like there are random spawns, and what they're trying to do is get to those characters first, and making sure that the creator of that show is like not killed, you know.
Mm-hmm.
This is like this reminds me of like. Sorry, I'm about to say one of the fucking nerdiest thing transitions ever, but this reminds me of Beast Wars when they deploy a new fucking transformer.
Oh yeah.
And then the Predacons and the Maximals, they like race.
That's actually what it's like. So it's like they try and find the new character to, like, you know, make sure they don't do anything stupid. So they got this H game girl, right? And the creator is like this super geek, right? That is just like creepy otaku guy, right? But he created her, so there's nothing you can really do about it. So she is literally a character from an H game, right? Okay. So how the fuck is she gonna be like? She's this red. I think she has like pink hair, like school uniform, pink hair, big tits. Not like gigantic tits, but big tits.
So she's like Lala from To Love Ru.
Yeah, I guess. So she's kind of like a dunce. But the thing is, how are you going to make that character be able to fight, right? Because that's obviously what they need to be done, right? They need to make sure that everybody gets powered up and is able to fight. And you guys know about the plot device that, oh, well, as long as you get people to accept the characters or the changes you make, it will happen. Right, we got that.
Right,
so they did. They have this grand fucking plan to have this like huge. The only way I can describe it is like an anime concert. So what they were going to do is leading up to this anime concert, okay, like this big arena event, right? They were going to manipulate their shows that there's like a crossover between all of them, so that people start to, like, you know, accept it. So it's like this it would be like if the creators of Fate Stay Night and Gundam and like I'm trying to think of another huge show, like maybe like Bleach or Naruto, they all got together and like, all right, guys, we're doing a freaking collab and our universes are just going to collide. Like that's what they're doing, right? To get everybody on board. So they start coming up with this plan to have it so that people believe they're like super ultra powerful, so that they can trap what's her face, Altair. Is that her name?
Altair.
Yeah. And then at the same time, they're the chick that the gun dude, right? The gun guy that's just kind of shows up every once in a while.
The old guy with the time bullets.
And he's like he's super tight at his creator for like killing his daughter or whatever. Well, spoilers, she brings his daughter back and he's like, "Oh, I'm on your side now."
No, that sounds so ass.
I know that just happened like this past episode, and I'm just like, are you serious right now?
Wait.
then-
So they converted like that guy to the good guy side?
Yes.
Oh my god.
And Valkyrie chick is back on good team side, but staff dude, or no, wooden sword guy with the
Yeah.
JoJo's with the JoJo summon, right?
Yeah.
They his counterpart goes to the bad guy side. He shows up randomly.
Oh, okay.
And
So the
then-
other guy. Yeah.
And you're just like, really? And then freaking hentai girl gets they make her just like super strong, like Doomfist from like Overwatch or something. She can
Wait,
just
wait,
like punch the ground
what?
and shit.
Wait,
and then-
run that one by me again.
How do they
This
pull that
is
one
what-
off?
So it's like that's the thing. They can literally do whatever in this show is what's happening. They can do whatever they want in this show,
Okay.
right? So, and then at the end of the most recent episode, the red-haired chick, you know how there's like that dude that she like loves in her universe?
Right.
He's brought
Okay.
over to the bad guy side, and you're just like, this is just never gonna end.
Wait, so he
with this
spawned.
bullshit. Yes, he spawned and is on Altair's side right now.
Right.
Jesus.
So the thing is, they're having this huge live stream of this battle. They're live streaming this battle to like a stadium, and people think it's like
An
actual,
anime?
not real. Yeah, they think it's like the show. They think
Oh
it's
my
like
god.
a show or something, and it's just super weird. And then Snaggletooth chick is basically chaotic neutral at this point. She's not on either side. She's chaotic neutral.
So
Okay.
this sounds like she remains the best part of the show.
Yeah, kind of. But just because she's so random, it's like that's just another plot device, like another quote unquote plot device, the show.
Mhm.
Like, oh, they can make, oh, if she's chaotic neutral and she doesn't have a side, then that means they can just throw her in at any point to kind of like solve anything or to fuck with any character. And then it just seems like they can just summon any character from their universes. Like, no problem.
So how are they doing the summonings? Like they definitely weren't able to do
all
that
they
before.
have to do, so to get the guy's daughter back, all she had to do was make it so that the magician chick was able to bring her back in the collab and make people believe it.
Sure. Yeah, I mean that makes sense to me.
I see.
The show's whack.
Sounds like they are just trying to do stuff.
Yeah. Like, we don't know how they got rid of that limiter with the whole universe pushing the creations out. It seems, yeah, like all this shit, they can just write in whatever they want.
It makes sense to me. Yeah.
So I mean, it's cool, I guess, in that sense, but at the same time, it's like, Jesus, man, when are they gonna I don't know, chill for like a split second?
Mm.
Oh well. Fucking recreators.
Well,
Anything with re in the name from now on, I am just like probably gonna write off. I don't think we've successfully had a good re show.
we should list all the bad ones.
What else is there other than ReZero? I
Relife.
didn't like that. Oh yeah, I forgot about Real Life. Okay.
Dude, we've been hit with them like
Re-
one a season at this point.
Relife. Fuck.
Are there
I'm gonna think of it. It's gonna come to me.
Re
Yeah, yeah, I don't know. I think maybe it stops there.
What was the show with or was that Real Life?
What show?
What was the show with when the kid goes back in time to save his mom?
That doesn't have a re in it. It's
Fuck.
That's I know it feels like a re.
Why
It's
can't
'cause
why can't I think of the name?
It's because it's called Boku Dake ga Inaimachi
Oh,
Erased.
yeah. Okay.
Erased.
Erased, yeah.
It's almost re.
It's almost re. There's a game with re in the title.
Yeah, it's the backwards of re. It's not re-raced, it's erased, but it's also got the opening is RERE by Ajikon. So it's yeah. I mean, it was erased, but it became rewritten, I guess. So it was about rewriting the past.
Yeah.
Red Line is good.
Red Line. There's no Gundam re.
Yeah, there is no God. Gundam. Oh yeah, there is a G-Reco. Yeah, Reconquista.
Ah, fuck.
And it's definitely like the worst. It might actually
at the worst Gundam ever.
Yeah, Reconquista might actually be the worst Gundam series ever made. I almost want to watch it and Victory to see which one is worse, because I think Victory is often considered like the worst one, because it was when the Tomino was like depressed and like just like kills everybody, and it's very few people finish the series, but like G-Reco is like pretty bad.
I mean, yes, Seed exists, but did you watch Reco? Like, it was literally unwatchable.
Yeah, Reco is like actually hard to finish. I finished Seed and Seed Destiny.
I mean, I finished Seed and some of Seed Destiny. I don't think I finished Seed Destiny, but it was watchable for at least like longer than one episode, because like the first couple episodes in G-Reco, I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, why is there a cheerleading squad? Why are there Gundam cheerleaders?
The series is pretty bad.
But all right, back to Recreators. So,
Okay, so
that's why Recreators is bad.
Okay, yeah. Honestly, I might just drop it.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling it.
You guys don't have to watch it. I'll watch it for you. I'll take one for the team.
It's more like, to be honest, like the fact that there is nothing even you can be like, oh my god, this shit happened, means that it's not worth watching. I think, like,
yeah,
I thought it was like cool that they were going to try and like power them up to make them like more believable, and there'd be a battle, and then maybe there'd be like one plot device in there that they figure out that could like be Altier's weakness, but they're literally just bringing characters. They're just like introducing characters, and there's 4 episodes left.
I mean, I
there's
think
4 episodes left.
Really? Oh my god, that's funny.
Wait, what?
There's 22 episodes.
Yeah,
it's close to the end. It's almost over, and that's it.
I mean, I think the big ultimate problem can be simplified in that there was really no driving plot to begin with, and it's literally just like a bunch of people fighting. And
it's true.
It just really seems like once maybe the first half of the first core was over with like setting up the rules and like what all the characters are, the rest just seems like a very haphazard scramble to just kind of like keep the episodes going and kind of like delay the inevitable like final fight, basically, right? Like they add new characters, there's side swapping, it's all pretty like typical of just like, which is sad. I still stand by my original thought that I think that this series had a lot of potential and that the setup is very interesting.
Yes.
I think it tries to address some very interesting points. And, I haven't seen the later episodes, but, I really did like some of the things they try to do as far as like show this kind of dichotomy between fictional characters' beliefs and how that intersects with like real life. I think that's pretty interesting, but I think it's hard for us to care when these are fictional characters. Like it's like part of
fictional,
what makes
double fictional.
yeah, they're like fictionally fictional.
Yeah.
Like
Fictional.
like like because it's similar to Fate in a lot of ways, but I mean, Fate has the advantage of like, okay, well, these are still characters we like know, so we're already like kind of we have that background already, and it's a lot easier for us to be actually interested in how these characters interact. Whereas like a lot of these characters are basically they're like parodies of tropes that we know. So
Right.
it's hard for us to care about literally fake Saber and like literally fake, like it's just kind of bad in that regard.
Oh yeah, that's right. There was that fucking recap episode too. That was super whack.
Yeah.
That made it lose steam pretty good.
Yeah. I thought the first core was fairly interesting though. Like, I mean, it kept me watching, but yeah, it definitely does seem like it kind of like lost its momentum.
Yeah.
I also think that part of it is like us like kind of eye rolling when they fucking like revived that girl and powered her up.
Yep.
Yeah. At that point, you're just like, okay, well, I mean,
it's kind of like a glimpse into what the future of the show was.
yeah, exactly. Like, it's just it reminds me of Gaunt's, because Gaunt's in the first like half of the series is pretty hype because people fucking die, right? Like, people really important die. The fucking main character dies. Like, he straight up fucking dies, and like this other guy basically becomes the focus of the story for a while. But then you find out that you can just res people.
Phoenix down.
Yeah, when you get enough points in Guns, you can just revive people, and that really was a mistake because you lose the gravity of death.
Right.
Nothing matters anymore.
It's always a shame when a show does that, honestly, to me.
Yeah, and I felt like that's what happened to this series too, where it's like, oh, we can just like revive people and make them like invincible. Oh, okay. Like, I mean, it's like at that point, what there's nothing worth caring about. And they didn't revive the magical girl, Rip.
Yeah, they didn't fucking revive Mamika. Like, what the fuck? Like, revive her by now. Come on, man. Gotta bring her back.
Anyways, yeah, so Recreators. I'm probably gonna drop it after hearing all of this. I'll just hear how it happens and kind of enjoy it from a third party perspective.
Yep. You guys can watch it vicariously through me.
Yep. Exactly. Did anyone else watch Tsuzure Children?
Is that the Sundare Children or whatever show? No, I did not watch it. Are you watching it?
I am watching it. I think it's really, really good.
Really?
Actually. I actually think that it's the best thing this season. But it's pretty different from everything else that we're watching this season.
Are they 20-minute episodes?
Yeah, they're really short.
Oh, okay.
They're basically like they're basically a compilation of shorts, and it is literally about like high school romance.
Oh, okay.
So, it basically, sorry, hold up. It basically covers like a bunch of different like couples, I guess, like pairings of characters, and it you just kind of like watch through their like little interactions, and yeah, like what Hario said, it's very similar to the shorts from Tsukigakure, basically.
Oh, okay.
It's the anime is basically a compilation of things like that, where like you basically kind of swap through different pairings, and like it'll just be kind of like 5 or even like 3 minutes of just like, oh, that couple, and you just like kind of watch some silly shit that they do, and then you switch to the next couple. And that's pretty much it. But I'm liking it a lot. I think if you like those ending things from Tsugegakure, then you probably like this. And again, it's very chill. Yeah. So I guess I'd recommend watching like one episode and checking it out. It's again like pretty late in the season, but I basically binged like all of it in one go, and I think it's pretty good. So for now, actually, I think it's my favorite thing this season. There are definitely like a couple specific couples that are like really fucking funny. There are some that are just okay, and like maybe like one that's kind of bad. But I think that the main appeal is that there's hella couples. There's like, oh, this is probably like 12 couples or some shit. So like they don't even get through every couple in every episode. It's like I think maybe they go through like the whole cast every like maybe like 2 episodes or something like that. So yeah, it's good. I'd recommend it. It's like the inverse of it's like the inverse of Kuzuno Honkai. It's super positive and yeah,
Suzu.
yeah. It's also it's pretty fun. Fucking spot.
Please. Okay.
You definitely cut out for like 10 seconds there.
Oh shit! You can hear me now?
Yeah.
What was I saying? It's got a lot of cringy shit. It's got a lot of like realistically cringy high school romance stuff. Like the first episode does a really good job of introducing what the fuck this series is, because it's literally all just confessions. It's just like a bunch of different couples that are like just trying to fucking confess and shit, and yeah, full of pretty funny comedic cringy stuff, but pretty much what you see is what you get. There's obviously like those confessions happen and then like stuff happens afterwards, so there's definitely like other stuff, but yeah, that's basically the gist of it. So anyone who likes romance comedy / like kind of character driven shorts will probably like this series. It's got a good amount of juicy cringiness too. It's got some best girl competitors, I guess. It's got some best boys as well. So I don't know. I think that the format is very entertaining. It's really easy to watch since they're all basically shorts and you're cycling through so many characters, so it never really feels dull. Yeah, I guess that's my hot take of the week is watch Zero Children.
Okay.
I need to watch Koito Uso. That sounds really familiar. Yeah, and the series has Date Master. Yeah, Date Master is pretty godlike. Dating Master is my boy. Yeah, that guy is fucking goddamn it. I want to talk about that guy. Yeah, I don't know. Well, watch episode 1, and then if you like it, watch the rest. But yeah, I guess that's been my motto so far this season. Is like lots of stuff with good episode 1s. I think that goes for like almost everything this season. Like Ballroom had a really solid indicative episode 1. Everything except Gamers.
Yeah, Gamers was like, oh, we're actually gonna talk about games, and then what happened?
Yeah, Gamers is like the biggest bait, but Made in Abyss, Kakegurui, and Ballroom, and I guess Fate, those were all like episode 1 is what you get. Yeah,
Right.
So that's cool. I'm kind of scared of even attempting to watch anything else this season. I don't know. There's that fucking spy show I forgot I watched. Princess Principal, I think. I forgot what the name of it is. Did either of you guys watch that?
No.
Which?
It's called like Princess Principal, I think.
No.
I don't know. People have been harping on me to fucking to watch more of this show. I only watched like one episode, so I'm on the fence about it from episode 1. But it's basically it's totally spies, but they're lolis.
Jesus
Sick.
Christ.
It's about like, I don't know, girls at a preppy school in like alternative like World War I era, and they're spies with magic. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Totally legal. Okay, yeah. It's Joker game with lollies. Yeah, that's how someone else put it. It's Joker game, but they're little girls. Yeah, that's like basically episode 1 was like, oh, okay, like there's a bunch of spies, here's this mission, and then like some big plays happen, and then like the lowly spies like outread the big play, and it's just like, oh snap, the big plays, yeah. So that is what happened. Yeah. I don't know. Really high production value. I don't know if I'd call it really high production value. It was okay looking. I don't know. There wasn't really that much like good Saku. I guess like the art style is decent and maybe the direction is okay. I don't know if I would say it has high production value though, but it ain't illegal if they're actually 1,000-year-old dragons. Yeah. Exactly. Like Maid Dragon. Yeah, legal lolly is what a trope. That's all I got. I'm out. I'm out of ammo.
Well, I'm gonna catch up on Made in Abyss first, and then we'll see if I'm gonna pick it.
Yeah, yeah. You know, like I mean, again, Made in Abyss. People seem to really like it. A lot of people seem to like really like it.
That's what I've been seeing. People are like, "Oh, this is the only show this season that I'm watching. It's sick." Like, I was like, "Okay, I'll try it." I mean, it seemed all right. I don't know about that. I don't know.
More of it.
Yeah. I don't really want to like like I don't want to talk too much about my opinion of it until if either of you guys actually want to watch the rest of it, because I don't really want like my opinion, which is somewhat based around kind of what the later half like kind of affirms some of my suspicions from the earlier episodes. Like I think I have a pretty like formulated opinion of the series, but I don't really want to affect the people who haven't really watched all of it yet. So I'll reserve talking about it in full for like when any of us else who are gonna watch it actually catch up. But I will say that episode 7 and I think 6 and 7 were pretty solid. I think it really sets precedent for how the rest of the series is going to unfold. So we'll see if that's correct or not. But definitely interested in hearing your opinions on the series. And for those of you guys who are tuning in, I am still open to hearing other people's, as a challenge. What is the series closest to Made in Abyss? Name the series that is closest to Made in Abyss in terms of like not literally the setup, but perhaps like genre. Like, and what I mean by that is like, what is Made in Abyss if you take out the actual content? Like, if you were to define it just based on its kind of
function. Hey,
as a function.
Ding 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 ding.
God, fuck you, Alan. Because there are like again, Main Abyss, like what I would describe it as like heavily atmospheric, pretty like serious tone, focus on adventure and world building and setting, and also like somewhat dark. But like the big things are like it is not about action. It is not like a shonen adventure series. It is not about drama. It is not episodic. It is not really character driven either, in my opinion. And I don't necessarily think that that is a good thing either, but it is just what it is, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of shows that focus on exploration of like new, something unexplored. I can't think of any right now.
Yeah, so humorously, actually, the real pick for me is a manga, but it basically is this. It is basically Blame, actually. If you ever read it, it's the funniest pick by me, but it's super like Blame, which is also a series about a giant fucking hole that a dude explores. Except that Blame takes place in a post-apocalyptic dystopian universe where like he is literally inside like a giant like inconceivably huge like mechanical world and is like scaling down the levels of this world, which is like all like cyberpunk and it's like all super digitized and like there is nobody there except for like crazy mechanical things and like he's like the last human being on Earth basically. And it's super dark. It is super atmospheric. There's like almost no dialogue. The character is like a fucking piece of cardboard. And the entire allure of the series is just kind of like the amazing art, like the really cool vibe, and the fact that there's nothing else like it. So check that out randomly. That's my shill for Blame, a series that like no one ever really talks about, but is the fucking dopest shit. I like Kurizu comparing Made in Abyss to Deno Coil. I like that because that's also pretty similar. Deno Coil was definitely had this like atmosphere, also kind of like Made in Abyss. Like people compare it to Ghibli, where it had that kind of like, like great backgrounds and like that kind of cinematic feel. And it is kind of dark, and it does kind of have this like kind of weird enigmatic like world building to it, where they were kind of just like going on these adventures. I don't even remember if I finished Deno Coil. I just remember not really feeling it that much, but I still remember people who liked it. I like Mega Man Legends. Yeah, that's a good one. So like Hunter x Hunter was one that was brought up a couple times, but I don't think Hunter x Hunter is like Made in Abyss at all, because while Hunter x Hunter also has this huge world with exploration about it, lots of like kind of like wild things, it's extremely character driven, right? Like you don't watch Hunter x Hunter for the world, even though it's a cool world with hunting. Maybe you do in like the first arc. But like once they get their hunter licenses, like Hunter x Hunter is just like super shonen, honestly. Even if it's not, even if people talk about Hunter x Hunter like it is a subversion of normal or a deconstruction of the normal shonen archetype, like it's still basically shonen. Like it's just like shonen that's interesting in a setting that's like without things like escalation issues and things like that. But Hunter x Hunter is basically about people with superpowers and they fight each other. That's really what it's about. And there's a plot to make them fight each other. That's still basically what it is. I mean, there was a fucking tournament arc, I think. Pretty sure there was. So I really wouldn't like call Hunter x Hunter like atmospheric or serious tonally as what Made in Abyss is. Someone mentioned Ergo Proxy, which I don't know. Did either of you guys watch Ergo Proxy?
I did watch that show for like.
I think I watched it.
Like half. I didn't watch the whole thing. So like that one is about they're living in this world. I mean, in this big city that like no one can, like, people can't leave, right? Like once people leave, like they're like excommunicated from the city, and like they just like drift around in this like post-apocalyptic wasteland type thing, and like and that ends up like with the main two main characters getting kicked out of the city, and they just like they're like exploring this new world, and it's like it's not really, I don't know. I guess maybe like if you're talking about the exploration and like the unknown part, and it's definitely dark. It's definitely dark. So, but I didn't finish it, so I don't know how like it goes.
Yeah, I did. I was thinking about Ergo Proxy a little bit, but I haven't finished Ergo Proxy. I want to go back and finish it, I think, because maybe I'll have a better appreciation for it. My initial impression of Ergo Proxy when I watched it was that I felt it was kind of overrated and that it sacrificed a lot of coherency for its like immersion and atmosphere, which is kind of like my opinion of Made in Abyss. But you know, I'd like to go back and see whether that opinion of mine was right or not, because it was a long time ago.
I definitely know I didn't really understand what the hell was going on.
I just remember that when I watched Ergo Proxy, my mind was blown because it was like the first anime I ever downloaded that was like 720p 16:9.
Oh,
And
yeah,
I was like, oh my god, this looks fucking amazing.
definitely pretty show.
Like I mean I was still watching it on like a 4:3 monitor at the time, I'm pretty sure. And like yeah, I just remember just being like holy shit, this looks so fucking beautiful, because it like I think maybe it even was released in 1080p, maybe. Like it was just the first thing, you know. I still was like, that was like right after watching shit like, you know, Eureka 7's like 4:3 and it's got like the fucking clock like on the top left. Anyone remember that shit from those anime torrents? It's got that goddamn clock in the corner. And go on. We're talking about.
We're talking about Game of Thrones, so everybody needs to catch up on Game of Thrones. And if you haven't watched the last episode by the time we watch this podcast next, rip you.
Yeah,
it's like that.
I mean, it's for your own safety too, because like we were saying when it was down, people are just spoiling shit on Twitter.
Yeah, and the thing is, people are spoiling the hacked episodes. So if you don't plan to watch the episodes that were leaked, there are like millions of websites writing articles about that shit. It's so bad.
Yeah, it's really bad. People need to chill with the spoilers on that. Like on Monday, people were just raw spoiling. Even Sunday night, people were spoiling. Like, come on, dude.
Majin, I'm gonna tell Arm how Majin Obama spoiled his stream on I think it was Saturday.
Oh no.
Arm, you're gonna crack the fuck up.
You're gonna message me? Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, that shit. You can't look at social media on Monday morning, or like after that. If they leak the last episode somehow, like I won't be able to open up like anything for a whole week, just because that's people watch it before it's fucking released and talk about it. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, it's really bad.
That's pretty whack.
And I feel bad for people like, you know, Josh. Josh is just like, you know, book reader waiting for the next book, and he's got to like super dodge. Like
wait. Josh is waiting for the next book.
Yeah, yes. I think he already.
I told him to just watch the series.
Yeah, he's gonna be waiting for a while, man.
Totally branched off from what the books are gonna be.
I know.
I don't know about that.
Oh, it definitely. Oh, Brett, don't worry. You're gonna.
Well, I mean, I don't know. There's definitely like gonna be a bunch of parts that are similar to what happens in the books. Like no matter, like I don't know. I feel like no matter what.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be somewhat similar, but at the same time, the books are still gonna be way better than the show.
I mean, that's a given.
It's like just by nature of the way the book is.
Yeah, so I think because of that, you could like spoil the whole show, and the books are probably still going to be freaking amazing.
Yeah, but still, you don't want like the
Yeah.
sick stuff to
Yeah.
be spoiled for you. You don't want to know like people that die and stuff.
Yeah, that would suck. Yeah. Are we getting any questions, or is that it?
Oh, I was too lazy. Hold up.
Okay.
In the vein of Made in Abyss, Deno Coil, Noin, is there any anime like that with good atmosphere, world building, mystery that has good payoff and ending? IMO, those all dropped the ball as they progressed, which I will agree with. Except Noin, I think Noin's worth. I think Noin's ending is like actually the biggest payoff of the series. I think the series I think the series kind of teeters in the middle. It gets like really bogged down in the middle, which I think is the biggest issue with it. I thought the ending was fine, but at the same time, I can understand not liking it. I think it's pretty. What's the word I'm looking for here? It's difficult. I would say I think knowing is like kind of like pretty challenging and just like difficult. A difficult text to really get into. I don't know. Do you guys have anything about that? While I think about this answer.
Atmosphere.
You know, I think movies tend to do it better because I don't know, world building, do a good job world building. But are also like an adventurous world building type thing.
I couldn't think of one for Made in Abyss, so I don't think I'm gonna come up with them now.
Think.
It's pretty tough. I was hoping you guys would give me some more time.
No, this
Yeah,
is-
I'm thinking about it.
I don't think. I mean, it's tough. I think it's tough to do a show like that. I mean, most of the time when world building might be done okay is when it's they actually don't have to build the world as much from like the ground up. So let's say I don't know, it's like a adaptation, right, from a game, and they just kind of like gloss over a little bit of the world, and then that's it. That's it. That's the end.
Am I allowed to say Psychopaths?
I mean, it definitely has world building and it's got kind of the atmosphere. Do you think the payoff was worth it in the end, though?
Season
First
1,
season,
yeah.
fuck yeah.
We're not going to talk about season 2.
Well, obviously, we're not. I'm not even talking about season 2. Even the ending to season 1, I was kind of like, ugh.
I thought it was good.
I agree that it's kind of whack. Like, I mean, yeah, it's kind of whack.
I think the mid part of Psychopath season 1 was like mind-blowingly ridiculous. Like,
yeah, I would say the second arc, yeah, like the second third of the series is the strongest.
yeah, it's
You know,
sick.
it's like Empire Strikes Back. It's always going to be the best. You know, it's where all the conflict happens and shit. I think the ending was satisfactory. Like it. Like it's kind of a cop out, sorta. I mean, it's pretty cop out, honestly, but I think it's still decent enough that I don't dock points from it, I guess. Though it is certainly a lot more like plot driven than a lot of the other series that were listed, and in the vein of Made in Abyss in particular. You know, but see, like, I don't want to. I'm gonna start talking about my opinions about Made in Abyss if I keep going along this vein. But I feel like, in general, when you say a series is that like atmospheric, it is because it is lacking in typical normal good qualities such as like good writing. I actually posit that it is impossible to have a series that is fully focused on like atmospheric immersion and also be well written. Does that make sense?
I understand you. I'm just thinking about like.
Yeah, like I actually challenge somebody to present me with something that has good both, because I feel like part of making it so atmospheric is that you actually sacrifice some good writing to achieve it. And yeah, I mean, I think that you can maybe show me some examples in movies, but I feel like in anime, I think it's tough. I just feel like to give it enough room to really feel like it's carrying the series through atmosphere, you probably are not having the best structured series with an engaging, plot, and interesting characters. Shadow of the Colossus. Dark Souls. I mean, and this is because someone said it would have to be a video game, which is why I'm listing video games. A show like that would probably be much more well known if it existed. Yeah, I mean, like, I still say I think something close to this would be Shinsekai Yori, and I think Shinsekai Yori sucks. Okay, Ghost Town. Okay, so we're gonna go into what's that stupid guy's name? Konaka. He wrote like fucking Technolize and Serial Experiments Lane and Ghost Town. I'm pretty sure that's the guy who wrote Ghost Town, right? I'm like 99% sure. Yeah. So like, yeah, I guess like Lane is an example of challenging my posit, I guess. Not specifically that it is similar to Made in Abyss, but in the sense that Lane is heavily atmospheric. Like, it's super atmospheric, and it is well written, so you have me there, but it is certainly like the most the densest, most difficult to tackle thing.
I think I need to rewatch Lane because I watched it as a kid, and I didn't watch all of it for sure.
You fucking have to watch Lane like 5 fucking times to understand what's going on in it. So like,
yeah, dude, I had no clue. I was literally like, my mind was exploding, and then I was like, all right, well, I don't really get it.
Like to be fair, like if I were to say Lane has bad writing, I would be, put at the stake, right? Like I'd be burned alive because it's considered one of like the best things ever made. But like, can you really say it has good writing if you need to watch it 5 times to understand? I mean, like that's a legitimate question, right? That's more of like a philosophical question, because Lane is like, it's pretty important text. It's really it's got a lot of important things that it says. It's one of the most influential things to come out of anime. So it certainly is, like, by those definitions, like, amazing. But at the same time, like, going back to what I originally said about something that with enough atmosphere needs to sacrifice structure, like, yeah, in some sense, Lane is, you know, doing that, right? Like, if Lane wanted to be able to make itself comprehensible in one viewing, it probably would if it could, but it can't. It actually can't, because that's just how the series is structured. So perhaps Lane still is an example of that, where you are sacrificing atmosphere, or sacrificing structure and writing for the other things you get in return. It's just that in this particular case, the sacrifice is worth, I guess, or that the content that you're sacrificing, like you're sacrificing the coherency of the material, but the material is so fucking good in the first place that no one gives a fuck, basically. I think that's maybe getting more to the meat of it. So yeah, I think that Lane's a pretty interesting example to bring up in this category. And I know that that wasn't the actual thing, but I just know a lot more about Lane and a lot less about Ghost Town, which I haven't watched and like only vaguely know about. So perhaps I need to watch Ghost Town, but I can't actually really talk much about Ghost Town because I haven't seen it. Technolize as well. I mean, I don't know. We could literally sit here and just talk about the things that this fucking guy did forever, and I'm sure there are people who do that because, like, you know, it's like talking about a philosophy book. That shit is just packed to the brim with random shit. I mean, the dude like fucking basically like predicted shit from the internet like fucking like 20 years ago. Because like Lane was written like what, like literally almost 20 years ago or some shit. Like when was this shit written? Like this shit, it's pretty wild.
Yeah, it says 98 here.
98, yeah, dude. 98. It's fucking 19 years ago. That guy wrote some shit, and he was already like calling out a lot of shit that's like goes on with the internet, like that wouldn't happen for like 10 years or 5 or 10 years later, right? Like that's fucking wild. And yeah, I should honestly probably rewatch it too.
Yeah, I mean, I know I didn't get any of it, so maybe I'll understand something that's happening as I watch it again.
Yeah. But yeah, anyways, I guess back to the question that was presented. Series with good like that kind of atmosphere, world building, and mystery that has good payoff and ending. See, like when you say good payoff and ending, it immediately in my head it means, oh, okay, this has to be well written. So then I'm like, oh, it has to be well written. But then, like, as soon as you get to like, oh, it has to be well written, it's like, can it be atmospheric anymore? That's like the conundrum to me. Like, that's why I had to ask, like, am I allowed to say, psychopaths? Like, another one would be like Monster, right? Like, Monster also is very atmospheric. It's got this deep mystery. Urasawa's not very good at ending his series, but in general, it's very well written, right? But then, like, can you say it's really like about world building? No, it's set in real life, so I guess it doesn't get that mark. Very tough. Maybe it has yet to exist. Like maybe the Messiah is coming
one day.
I mean, I think this discussion is pretty interesting because it's like we're clearly seeing how little of this kind of show exists.
Well, yeah, I think it's hard. It's hard to do in 12 or even 24 episodes. It would have to be something that's like back in the 40s or 50s, or it would have to be a long-running series, I think, to get like best of both worlds.
Did you just say 40s or 50s?
Yeah, there were like shows that were like 40 some, 50 some episodes long.
Oh god, I think you meant like the 1940s.
No. Like number of episodes. No. Numbers of episodes.
Oh yeah. Okay, to repeat the question for Zagar, in the vein of Made in Abyss, Ergo Proxy, Denocoil, Knowing, is there any anime like that with good atmosphere, world building, mystery that has good payoff and ending? IMO, all those dropped the ball as they progressed. So that's what we're at right now.
I feel like good world building, you need good storytelling, and just the length of the shows don't allow for good storytelling for the most part.
So, yes and no, in the sense that, first of all, it's interesting to note that the series that we're talking about, like the ones that were listed, other than Made in Abyss, are actually all anime original, I believe. I don't think Ergo Proxy is. I'm pretty sure it was like a Bones original, right? Or it was like fucking Gonzo. Is original. I'm maybe. Oh, maybe Denoko is actually based on a manga. Actually, I might be wrong about that. Hold up. Was Denoko based on manga? It is a television series. Oh no, there's a light novel.
Ah,
Wait. Oh no, the light novel was like running concurrently
Afterward?
with it. It was originally an anime. Okay, yeah. So Down Call is anime original. So basically all those series other than Made in Abyss are anime original. But I was gonna say that this doesn't really like meet up well with the rest of the point that I was trying to build off of yours, which was that there's like manga doesn't have to have this issue. So like there should still be some good manga that could be adapted that fulfills these things. And Made in Abyss was a manga. So you know, I actually think there's something that can be said about the fact that the rest of these are anime original, though. Maybe like it's difficult for manga to be as atmospheric as we want our anime to be because it has to be like a series that from the get-go is being produced to have this kind of like focus on exploration and world building.
Yeah.
But I still say that Blame is this like this is Blame, but Blame is not well written and Blame has a bad ending. So
it's hard to hit all those.
Yeah, I don't like anime might not have like been able to do it that well yet, but I think other shows have done it pretty well, but that usually they're like long running or made for it. Westworld, Game of Thrones type stuff where it's like, yeah, you know, there's lots of time to build a world.
See,
right?
I would not say Game of Thrones is atmospheric.
Not atmospheric, no, but I think it does a good job of building a world.
Either.
I would give that to Westworld though, for sure. The atmosphere and world building in that is like super sick.
Okay, that's fair.
Westworld is super tight, by the way. I would definitely recommend that.
Exploration? That
in Westworld? Because there's a bunch of unknown stuff there.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. But no, I'm thinking of like exploration as in, like put on your backpack, let's go camping, like exploration.
Yeah, I mean, like that's definitely Made in Abyss. To go back to the beginning, but the other series he lists like Noin, Denocoil. Okay, so Ergo Proxy and Denocoil sort of. Noin, not really. And he technically doesn't say exploration. I'm just kind of bringing that up because
okay, all right.
Because I guess that's something I think is kind of Kimono Friends. God fucking damn it! I mean, he's not wrong. He's not wrong. He's actually not wrong, but
that's some shit.
You know, basically like one of the things I think that goes hand in hand really well with Made in Abyss is that it is this sense of like adventure where you're exploring this area, right? I mean, we see it a lot in video games, but we don't see it too much in manga or anime. And I think that that's something kind of unique with the series that I'm just trying to like pick at here, basically, even if it's not the original question. But yeah, I mean, I guess to the original question that's just about world building and mystery, then yeah, Game of Thrones. I don't think it's gonna have a good ending, but
we'll see.
if we talk about the
We'll
books, maybe. I'm worried about this fucking TV series, though, my friend. Like,
I understand.
yeah, all my
I
warning
understand.
flags.
I definitely understand. Oh, we should talk about when you catch up. By the way,
Yeah.
Yeah, I keep forgetting what I promise every week that I'm gonna watch. So I don't know if I had promised for Game of Thrones last time, but I'm gonna make the pledge this time.
Okay.
I only mentioned it this time because this time was when all the spoilers started
Yeah.
flying.
Okay. So I'm making the pledge. I mean, I'm only an episode behind, so I'm making the pledge. I'm gonna be caught with Game of Thrones next week. This week I caught up with everything else. So
yeah. Good job, Brett.
I'm doing it. I spent my entire day yesterday to do it, but I did it. I guess just trying to answer this question is difficult. I can't really think of like the perfect example. I think there's a couple things that are just like, yeah, I think this is a good anime series and it kind of vaguely fits your.
Cut out a little bit.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, let me fucking adjust it so that. Let me just fucking hold on 1 second. Fucking. Okay. That should be better. Although you could probably basically hear almost everything I'm saying. But what was I saying? I was saying I feel like a lot of the things I'm naming are basically like, oh, these are good series, and I guess they fulfill the requirements of the genre you're asking for, rather than like, let me think of very iconic things in this genre. And then I'm just like, oh, that was poorly written. Oh, that did not have a good ending. Like,
yeah, the ending part is the real kicker. That's like if it was just the other parts, aside from like the good payoff and ending, then we could answer that question.
Yeah.
But it's like,
but good ending, it implies a lot, honestly. Yeah, I think it's tough.
Yeah,
I think good endings in general in a series is nowadays kind of hard to find.
Yeah.
Also, technically, like mystery, like means that it's not really like action based. I don't know, because like, if we go into the action route, I think this is a little easier. Like I could say like Drifters. I thought Drifters has great atmosphere. It is gritty and dark, and it has a very interesting world. And it will have a good ending, I believe. When it gets there. But it's like actiony. It's not really mystery-y, right? What's a good mystery slice of life? Is that a thing?
Does
like,
that exist?
What does
yes. Shit. What was the name of the show?
Can I say fucking gothic? What? Gothic?
That wasn't really slice. Yeah, I guess it was kind of slice of lifey, wasn't it?
Well, here I'm defining, since it has to be mystery, I'm defining the slice of life element being like episodic and like,
there was that show that was by what's the studio that did K-On?
KyoAni?
Yeah, there's the KyoAni one with the chick.
Fuck off.
Oh, you're talking about Yoga.
Fuck
yeah.
off.
That's actually mystery slice of life.
No, fuck off.
Don't fuck with no. That's literally mystery slice of life.
No, I do not count this as mystery. You can fuck off.
Am I wrong?
This is not
That's
mystery.
not mystery?
What was mysterious about anything?
Everything they looked into, man.
No.
They had to investigate.
No. No.
I wish I could see chat right now. I'm fucking stretching.
No. No.
Hold that shit. I'm definitely right. Thank you. Next question.
Fucking God.
Roll credits.
Fucking. Oh my Yeah, I dropped Isekai Shokudo. I couldn't keep up with it. Do you prefer the cop out safe endings or the ending that leaves too much unknown? I guess it's like
Damn.
lesser.
I
of
really
two
don't like
evils,
cop
right?
out endings. I really don't like the cop out endings.
Dude, but leaving the
So,
unknown is definitely rage inducing.
it's annoying, but I think I would take that over like super basic cop out ending where everyone's just like, oh hey, happy time.
Okay,
You did
the answer is it depends on how good the actual story is.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Because if the story is mediocre, then sure, it's leaving an open ended ending is fine. If the story isn't the actual focus, but if it's like, I mean, like, okay, like for example, okay, Gurren Lagann's a pretty cop out ending, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right, but that's fine. Like, would you have rather had a Gurren Lagann end like in some fucking like open ended shit where you don't even know who wins? That's bullshit.
I mean, is that what you're thinking about for open ended, or I was thinking more of like in Erased where the ending they just like he sees the girl but he doesn't like he hasn't necessarily connected the timelines in his head. You know what I mean?
I guess so, but like, I mean, when I think of the ending, I just think of the resolution of the final fight there for like.
Oh, okay. So you mean like they like throw a punch and it's just like boom, ending? No, that would be terrible. Like that's not what I was thinking of.
Well, I think it depends on the way he's asking. I think it could really be, it could be interpreted anyway. Like, I think you're right though that he could maybe just be talking about like how what comes next, like
right.
Harry Potter
That's what I
has
was thinking.
fucking children with Hermione Granger. That's like the cop out. Like,
Oh, I hated that. That oh my god, that was the last like the epilogue chapter of Harry Potter like triggered me off the face of the earth, man. Like I got so mad.
Okay, I agree. Then in that sense, I definitely agree with Arm. That sorry, yeah, Ginny, my B. I fucking forgot. You know what I meant.
Yeah.
We all know what I
you
meant. This is,
It made me mad. It didn't matter who it was. It was just mad.
and we
It's
had
all red.
5 children, and we lived happily ever after.
Yeah, it's like
Actually, the best part of that is just in the movie, and it's just like the old fat Ron, like Dad Ron, is pretty great.
I didn't see the last movie.
You didn't? Oh, it's got that
Nah.
epilogue in the full in the movie, and like, yeah,
Oh my god.
it's hella funny because they're all like supposed to be like adults, and it's pretty fucking funny. Yeah, I would agree with Arm Dead. Like, and I'd rather have like the open ended unknown. I honestly feel like it doesn't really matter. I feel like if it was well written, it can have a shitty ending, and I won't be super mad because
I agree with that for sure.
it's like the rest of it is
you at least got something out of it. Yeah.
Yeah, if the ride is hype, then that's fine with me.
Yeah, if the show depends on the ending, like you have to have an ending, it better be fucking good.
That's not like most anime definitely doesn't depend on the ending. It's like
no, but I'm saying like if it's like just to go back to like the mystery, right? Like if they never find out who did it, right? Or something like that, then the show sucks because then like what did you just spend a whole season going for? Something like that. I don't know.
I still go back to Arya says Zagrasek. It isn't focused, but has some mysterious parts and it tells slice of life. Yeah. Arya's the thing. I haven't actually really watched too much of Arya, but like I have enough osmosis of it because Arya is like that show, in my opinion. Where like
I definitely did not enjoy Arya.
Yeah,
I
like
could never get into it.
Then you know exactly what I'm talking about, which is like I haven't watched it, so I'm not like a hater, but like there are certain kinds of people that love Arya, and like if you love Arya, it's literally like you are a particular breed of consumer. Like you enjoy Arya, that's kind of like your definition.
Yeah. No,
Like,
I definitely know what you mean because I know some people that like super rave about it.
Yeah, like when you
I
like
just let them
Arya,
rock.
it's like the best thing ever to you, basically. because
Yeah.
nothing else is like it. And you're just like, fucking Arya is the god, and I'm like, I think that's cool, but it's definitely like defining. Like no other series is that like defining of like your taste basically as much as seeing someone have Arya on their list of like top 5 or something.
Right.
All the kids in Naruto. Ichigo X Orihime also happened. Yeah, it did.
But that was obvious. Anyone who didn't see Ichigo
It's
X
still-
or Hime,
it doesn't matter.
Are you serious?
Have
Have you not heard Bears complain about this?
I know. I've heard Bears and I've heard DS. Both of them like super bitch about it, and I'm just like, dog, did you look with your eyes? Like,
Bears is like,
sorry, dude.
Bears thinks like Ichigo X Ori is basically like pure evil. He's like, this is like.
It was so obvious, honestly. Like, you have to just like be willingly attempting to not look at it, just not see it.
I mean, I would agree. I mean, I was not surprised.
I mean, I'm not saying she's not worse girl. I think Orihime sucks.
Yeah, Orihime is
but it was
pretty
so
garbage.
obvious.
Yeah. I don't know. I love the salty tears of big 3 shippers, basically.
Yeah,
Yep.
I always bring it up at DS every once in a while. I'm just like, yeah,
It's
Ruby
like,
had no chance.
and then the whole earth cried because of the salt. Like, it's like when the fucking Naruto chapter released, and it just literally shows you all the pairings. You can just like feel like half of the population, like
Yep. Because
gnashing.
you had some people that were like, my fan fiction, you know, and everybody else was like, yes, it's canon.
And everyone had to hold that. And everyone had to hold, just
Yup.
hold that.
And you have to hold it because
Yep.
there's like no dispute anymore. No bullshit. Just here you go. This is what happens.
Yeah. Yeah, the butthurt is like the best. It's just so much salt, like forever and ever. I know that there are like teenagers that will never forget that their Naruto Sakura pairing is doomed forever. And that, you know, Sakura is probably getting cheated on.
Hold that.
Yeah, like hold that forever and ever. Touching back to just really quickly about the endings topic, because Roche brought up a point. I just wanted to clarify my stance on it, which was like, he's saying endings are important. It should be one of the first things you think about when writing something, to be honest. And I agree. I do think endings are important, but I think that for me, part of the most engaging part of a series is usually in the like second third of like the story arc, because that's where most of the drama and conflict happens and gets resolved, and it's usually where most of the most engaging parts of the story are, because, you know, that's just like how stories are written, right, with conflict that happens there a lot of the time. So I feel like that are really important.
There we go.
You're back.
Oh, did I like blow up?
Yeah, you cut out
Couple
again.
seconds there.
Fuck! What the fuck? How long was I fucked?
Oh, like 3
Probably
seconds.
like, yeah.
Okay. Well, anyways, like, I guess it's true that endings are important. But I there aren't very many series where like the middle was not good, but it had a decent ending, and that made it okay. Because like if it somehow, like if it has good writing, then it should be reflected most easily, I feel like, in the middle. I think it's hard to write a good ending to resolve everything. I think there's lots of like there's issues, especially with anime, because they're usually based on manga, and manga has a thing where, you know, a lot of these guys don't even know how to end their own fucking series because they're so focused on making their shit last forever, or at least staying interesting, right?
Yeah.
So I while I don't think it's an excuse, I understand why, like, you know, endings can often feel mediocre, but at the very least, you know, if the series has good writing, it should shine in the middle.
Right. So like, I mean, a lot of shows like say something like Haikyuu. Like if that had a terrible ending, I would be like, all right, whatever, man. That was godlike. Like I don't care. Like
Yeah.
So I mean, it's like a lot of shows like that where it's just like if it's really good, then I won't really mind it. But I do get the point of it should have they should be thinking about it, but they're not always doing that. So it's just kind of we gotta hold that.
Yeah, certainly. Like, I think the point stands more for like movies, for example. That's really easy to be like, if it has a shitty ending, then it's like pretty shit, and I would kind of agree about that because it's a package, right?
It's a big part of the movie. When your movie is only like 2 hours long, and the last 15 minutes sucks, it just kind of like leaves a bad taste in your mouth.
How do we feel about the Code Geass ending? I thought it was fine. Yeah,
I loved it.
Yeah,
I mean, I definitely like Code Geass more than most people, and a lot of people like it a lot. So I'm probably a little biased.
Yeah, I thought it was good. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's wrap it up there because we like fucking talked about this subject forever. Though I think it's a pretty fucking good thing to talk about. Like we could pretty honestly just dissect this forever. But homework, I guess, for both Chat and us for next week is like, yeah, some of these like. What is the closest thing you guys think to Made in Abyss as far as an anime goes or manga? And B, what is the best example of a well-written and well-structured series that primarily focuses on atmosphere, exploration, and world building with like kind of like a dark, serious tone that is not action or character based. That's about. Wait, never mind. That's just asking what's like Made in Abyss. Let me rephrase that second one. What is an example of a series that's primary focus is like atmosphere and world building while also being well written? I think it's fair to phrase it like that. So that's homework for both us and you guys. Thanks for watching, and thanks. Give these two also your round of silent internet applaud for joining us today, and yeah, we'll see you guys next week. Hopefully, I think is there anything going on next week?
I'm good next week, so if you guys want to do it next week, I'm good.
Yeah, that should be fine.
Yeah, I think I'll be carrying out my tradition of taking days off work to do stupid video game shit, so I should have like a day off or something. All right, guys. See you guys next week.
Yeah.
Later.
Peace.